afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. A good day to tune in.
Yes.
We have pet questions today.
That's right. Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care on Monroe Street will be taking your calls in just a little while.
And we'll tell you when to call in. But first, here's what's making news on this Thursday. 4 more people in Wisconsin are being tested for coronavirus.
We'll have the latest on that. A UW strength and conditioning coach has resigned after using a racial epithet in front of multiple Wisconsin men's basketball players.
And President Trump is celebrating after being acquitted in the Senate impeachment trial.
Let's take a look outside today. Nice to see the sun is nice and mild. Perfect weather to be out.
Guys out fishing?
Ice fishing. Taking advantage of it.
We caught you mid-yawn there, Chris.
Yeah, you did. Right at the end of the yawn. All right, that's okay. Hey, it's been a beautiful day. In fact, you know, a lot of folks have been able to get outside. We had some clouds earlier this morning, but those moved right on out as we moved into the afternoon. So now there's plenty of sunshine out there. And folks, we are still seeing that sunshine as we speak right now. Almost crystal blue skies, like a perfect weather setup. This is a live look at Lake Mendota right now. They're starting to inflate the Statue of Liberty that has returned to the lake. Again, the temperature is right at freezing. We topped out just above that freezing mark at 33 this afternoon with plenty of sunshine, but still that ice is thick enough on the lake that you can be out on it. Visible cloud track does show you we had some clouds towards the south and east earlier, clouds towards the north and west as well. We've been in between the two cloud decks. The cloud deck towards the north and west and towards the south and east, both of them have been associated with some sort of snowfall. That southeastern system really missed us other than a lake effect band across extreme southeastern Wisconsin this morning. We've been watching some flurries back towards the north and west, and those will likely head our direction as we round out the week. So with that, snow is back in the forecast, but it's not just rounding out the week. I'm also paying a very close attention to some snowfall that we could see around here on Sunday. We'll talk about that right around 4:25. In the meantime, this is the Beltline at Rimrock right now. No big issue showing up, but we are starting to see those delays increase, especially as you get closer towards John Nolan. And we know how the story goes, especially on a Thursday. We'll likely be watching this traffic increase as we go throughout the show. So check back in around 4:45. We'll have another traffic update then as well. In the meantime, just take it easy if you're about to head out, folks. We're going to be watching the snow chances and the traffic impacts for everyone.
Grab your sunglasses.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, you will need those headed west, too.
All right. Thank you, Chris. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. And staying with the topic of weather, Chris showed us a sneak peek of this just a minute ago. Let's take a look at frozen Lake Mendota.
The Statue of Liberty is back on the lake for the annual Winter Carnival put on by the Wisconsin Union. The carnival takes place this weekend with events inside and outside of the Union. They just started inflating a few minutes ago, so.
It is always something to see, and you saw it the first year.
The original one.
The original one.
The paper mache one, yeah.
And that must have been.
They did it in the middle of the night, so everybody woke up and saw this thing.
That's incredible. That is incredible. It is always so fun to see that out on the lake.
And it's closer to shore this year because they don't want people going that far out on the lake because of the warmer weather.
So. Oh, that's better. Easier to take a picture.
Yeah, easier to get to. So there she is for the season. Well, there is breaking news into the Channel 3000 Alert Center. The Madison Police Department is looking for a missing teenager.
14-year-old Vanity Porter was last seen on the morning of January 12th at her home in the 1200 block of McKenna Boulevard. Police say there is no reason to believe she is a victim of a crime.
Anyone with information should call 911.
A Chinese doctor who tried to issue the first warnings about the deadly coronavirus has died. Dr. Li Wenlang contracted the virus while working at Wuhan Central Hospital.
Air Force bases in Texas and Nebraska are getting ready to accept more Americans returning from the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak in China. U.S. officials say as many as 1,000 Americans need to leave the Hubei province where coronavirus is spreading. Lackland Air Base in San Antonio, Texas is expecting a flight with as many as 250 passengers tomorrow. They'll be monitored on board and quarantined on base.
It's safest for these Americans who are healthy and not known to be infected to be brought home. Each passenger will have symptom checks multiple times a day.
Camp Ashland in Nebraska is also preparing temporary lodging for passengers. Some evacuees have already arrived in California. Researchers at the U.S. National Institutes of Health say they have engineered a key ingredient for a vaccine and hope to begin testing in April.
The Wisconsin Department of Health has confirmed that 4 more people are under investigation for coronavirus.
They say there is still only 1 confirmed case here in Wisconsin, an adult in Dane County. 7 people total are being asked to self-isolate until test results are back from the CDC. Our Jamie Perez shares more details she learned just an hour ago. Jamie?
Yeah, well, some of the local health departments here are checking in daily on the people who are self-isolating, and right now they're working with the CDC Division of Quarantine to get in contact with the people who are on the plane, who are in the same row, 2 rows in front of and 2 rows behind the person that has coronavirus. They're working with multiple state agencies to get in contact with these people to help stop the spread of this virus. Health officials have also confirmed there are vaccines in the works. Those will be going to clinical trials in the next few months, but a vaccine probably will not be available this year. They also said they've been getting some concerns from people who are assuming some racial and ethnic bias when it comes to who has the virus, and they want to put a stop to that now.
I've seen this happen before with the SARS outbreak back in 2003, and unfortunately there has been calls that have come in too that have really tried to blame the Chinese people for this, and it is, and as Gene said, it is not them. It's not where a person has come from or their ethnicity. It has to do with travel and science.
Health officials also said they have ordered test kits from the CDC so that we can do our own testing right here in Wisconsin, but they said those tests probably will not happen locally for a couple more weeks. And the Department of Health staff members are working around the clock to keep the public safe. They're posting updates every day by 2 o'clock on their website. They also have a hotline listed there as well that you can call for more information about this.
All right, Jamie, thanks for the update.
Madison and Dane County officials whoops. Okay, sorry about that. We just had one of the stories just skipped here. We want to let you know that, oh, hang on a second. We want to let you know that there's sorry about this, there's a local hotline that's been set up for information. Go to channel3000.com to find that number.
And when you have the flu, the last thing you might feel like doing is eating, but nutritionists say that's the key to recovery. Nutritionists and doctors agree sugar is the #1 food to avoid if you're sick. They say to think of it as fuel for bad health. Excessive sugar can increase inflammation in your body, which makes it harder to fight off viruses like the flu. While sugar is okay when it's found naturally in many fruits, the problem happens when sugar is added, like in candy and junk food. Second tip, skip dairy. That can make your stuffed up nose even worse, and it can make it hard to breathe. The third thing you should avoid is actually not a food, but a drink. Avoid caffeine and alcohol, anything that dehydrates you, that'll make the muscles ache if you're already feeling worse. Instead, up your water intake.
Really focusing on hydration, and at some point, you know, if you're needing a little bit of electrolytes or even like a bone broth or something like that, where it's just really soothing and easy on your gut, that's the biggest thing.
Before you're sick, consider adding yogurt to your diet, and it doesn't have to be just at breakfast. The best way to boost your immune system is through your gut. And yogurt rich in probiotics helps you heal your gut and protect it against flu pathogens. University of Wisconsin officials say a strength and conditioning coach for the men's basketball team has resigned.
This comes after reports that the university is investigating an allegation that a racial epithet was used in the presence of several men's basketball players. Our Kevin Lewis is here now with more. Kevin.
Something that really came together in the last 72 hours quickly. Eric Helland spent more than 2 decades in the NBA before joining Wisconsin staff 7 years ago. The university released a statement saying Helland was telling a story from his NBA days in the presence of multiple Badger basketball players. Now, in the story, he used a racial slur. Multiple reports tied that incident to the departure of Kobe King on January 25th. The university says that account is inaccurate, adding, quote, UW Athletics has no evidence, nor has it been alleged to the athletic department that Helland directed racially insensitive language toward any member of the men's basketball team. Now, Helen was at practice Monday before being placed on leave, but did not travel with the team for last night's game at Minnesota. So Wisconsin already in the deep water this season. They are 6-6 in conference play with 8 regular season games to go. They will host Ohio State Sunday at noon.
A rough patch for them right now.
It is, yeah.
All right, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Senator Bernie Sanders is declaring victory in Iowa despite the Democratic National Committee chair calling for a re-canvass of the Iowa caucus results. Despite a vote counting meltdown during the caucus on Monday, the senator says he is done waiting for results. Former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg is neck and neck with Sanders. This afternoon, the Democratic National Committee chair said in light of the problems in Iowa, he is asking the Iowa Democratic Party to do an immediate recanvassing.
President Trump is taking a victory lap one day after the Senate voted largely along party lines to acquit him on 2 articles of impeachment. Katherine Johnson has more from the White House.
This is what the end result is.
President Trump gathered his supporters at the White House for what he said was not a speech, but a celebration.
They took a phone call that was a totally appropriate call. I call it a perfect call, because it was. And they brought me to the final stages of impeachment. It's called total acquittal.
The president solicited praise for his lawyers and congressional Republicans. And he took swipes at the Democrats.
Adam Schiff is a vicious, horrible person. Nancy Pelosi is a horrible person.
He singled out Republican Senator Mitt Romney, who crossed party lines and voted to convict on abuse of power.
The president is guilty of an appalling abuse of public trust.
We had 1 failed presidential candidate. That's the only half a vote we lost.
The president also took swipes at Romney and House Speaker Pelosi at the Bipartisan National Prayer Breakfast, an event that's usually non-political.
I don't like people who use their faith as justification for doing what they know is wrong. Nor do I like people who say, I pray for you, when they know that that's not so.
He's talking about things that he knows little about.
Afterwards, the House Speaker hit back.
No matter what he says or whatever headlines he wants to carry around, you're impeached forever.
Pelosi also praised Romney, saying God bless him for his courage. Katherine Johnson, CBS News, the White House.
And Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer lashed out at the president's White House remarks, saying they were, quote, filled with mistruths and profanity.
2 pilots are being investigated for possible negligence after their plane skidded off a runway in Istanbul, Turkey, and snapped into pieces. At least 3 people are dead and 180 were hurt. Passengers who lived through the crash landing say the Boeing 737's descent was unusually fast. Security camera video shows the plane's hard landing in the rain last night. The crash was so strong, the front of the fuselage flipped upside down. This is the 3rd time a Boeing 737 flight run by Turkey's low-cost Pegasus Airlines has skidded off the runway in the past 2 years.
Well, there's more at 4. Some infant car booster seats may not be as safe as some manufacturers claim.
And we'll find out what the problem is, and we'll get some advice for parents. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers. When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, 40 $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Spend more time on your health, not your drive to the gym. Anytime Fitness has 40 area locations, so they're close to home and work. Get more strength training, more cardio, and more coaching at Anytime Fitness. Join by February 14th and get the month free.
Tums versus mozzarella stick. When heartburn hits, fight back fast with Tums Chewy Bites. Beat heartburn fast. Tums Chewy Bites.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
He's been a leader throughout the country for the past 12 years. Mr. Michael Bloomberg is here.
Leadership in action. Mayor Bloomberg and President Obama worked together in the fight for gun safety laws, to improve education, and to develop innovative ways to help teens gain the skills needed to find good jobs.
At a time when Washington is divided in old ideological battles, he shows us what can be achieved when we bring people together to seek pragmatic solutions.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Welcome back. A 7-minute animated short film, that is, centering around the relationship between an African-American father, his daughter, and her hair is garnering critical acclaim and could make history.
Hair Love has been viewed more than 14 million times on YouTube. The story is about an African-American father who is trying to figure out how to do his daughter's hair for the first time while the mother is away. Former NFL player Matthew Cherry is the director. He doesn't have children of his own, but for him, he says representation on this issue was important.
Really felt like a good opportunity to, show a young black father who has tattoos, who has locks, and, kind of the person that if somebody saw him on the street, they may think a certain stereotype about him, but you wouldn't know that he's a loving father at home who, thinks the world of his daughter.
The film is now nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Short Film, and should it win, producer Karen Tolliver will be the first African-American woman in that category to take home an Oscar. Cherry will have a special guest with him at the Oscars as well, Texas high school student DeAndre Arnold. Arnold, you may recall, was told he wouldn't be able to walk at his graduation this spring unless he cuts his dreadlocks. Cherry was inspired by his story, and he invited him to the awards ceremony.
Very cool.
The nation is celebrating the return of a female astronaut to Earth.
Christina Cook's historic time in space broke records for women across the world. She radiated with joy as she took her first breaths of fresh air. The American astronaut is home after spending 328 days in space. The veteran of 6 spacewalks told CBS News she was looking forward to this moment, landing with 2 fellow astronauts in Kazakhstan.
Feeling the sand, feeling the wind, those are things that you can't really replicate up here, so I can't wait to be out in nature.
Cook holds the record for the longest single space flight for any woman. Her lengthy mission will give researchers new data on how weightlessness in space affects the female body. The 41-year-old Michigan native was also part of the first all-female crew spacewalk.
Welcome home.
Welcome back. China announced today it's slashing tariffs on $75 billion worth of American goods, and that sent Wall Street into record territory. The Dow Industrials added 88 points, closing at 29,379. The NASDAQ gained 63, and the S&P 500 was up 11. Again, all record closes. A new investigation is raising serious questions about some safety claims made by the maker of a popular car booster seat for children.
ProPublica obtained crash test video of an even flow booster seat that is still on the market. Chris Van Cleve reports.
Jillian Brown was a 5-year-old in constant motion. She was about to start kindergarten in 2016 when her world changed. Her parents, Jay and Lindsay.
And the first thing I did was look back to
to see, to check on the girls.
Lindsay was driving her two daughters, Jillian and Samantha, to daycare when they were hit on the driver's side near their Long Island home.
Jillian was hunched over. I couldn't see her face. I know that they took her out first. They had her laid out on the trunk, and they were doing CPR.
Jillian was the furthest from the impact, strapped into her Evenflo Big Kid booster seat. While Samantha in a different car seat and Lindsay recovered from their injuries, Jillian never will. She was internally decapitated, left paralyzed from the neck down. A ventilator now keeps her alive. How has life changed from that day to today?
Completely, yeah. Every day's now.
Ready? You want to do a quick math?
You know, caring for her.
The Browns are now suing Evenflo, but the company says her booster performed as designed, and Jillian's injuries were primarily due to the severity of the crash and/or driver error. Her car seat meets or exceeds federal standards and was side impact crash tested, but there's no federal standard for that test, and videos of Evenflo's crash tests obtained by ProPublica show booster seats passing, even though the child-sized test dummy is tossed about like a rag doll.
I think the word that I used to describe them initially was horrific. Human beings just aren't built to survive that amount of movement.
We showed the videos to Dr. Ben Hoffman, a lead author of car seat recommendations for the American Academy of Pediatrics. Would you want your child in a seat that performed like that?
No, and there's no way I would want a child who I know or knew or loved to be put into a scenario like that.
A car seat with a harness fares better in the crash test. The test dummy largely stays in place. In the booster seat, the dummy slips out of the seatbelt shoulder restraint. During depositions obtained by ProPublica, Evenflo employees explained the only way to fail the company's crash test is if the dummy falls completely out of the seat or if the seat itself breaks. One saying, "We side impact test our seats, but I don't think we say that we offer any type of side impact protection." Engineer Eric Dolly acknowledges the movement seen in the crash tests could lead to serious injuries.
I mean, you could have a contact with something in the vehicle, another occupant.
So injuries like paralyzing injuries, death, serious injury?
Serious injury.
For years, the Academy of Pediatrics has recommended kids stay in a car seat with harness restraints for as long as possible and should not switch to a booster seat until at least 40 pounds, matching Canadian regulations. Until 2007, Evenflo marketed the Big Kid booster as safe for kids as young as 1, as long as they weighed 30 pounds or more. 4 years before Jillian's 2016 accident, Dolly recommended Evenflo stop selling booster seats for children under 40 pounds because they'd be safer in seats with harnesses. Dolly, who still works for Evenflo, later testified he supported the decision to stick with the 30-pound minimum. Jillian weighed just under 37 pounds. ProPublica's Daniela Porat.
Evenflo touted its side impact test as something that was rigorous and used the side impact testing marketing to sell its Big Kid booster. The test was anything but rigorous.
Just months before Jillian's accident, Evenflo did change the height and weight requirements in the owner's manual, but did not notify customers like the Browns already using the seats because the company says there was no safety impact with that change. And years later, the company's old standard is still out there. In January, ProPublica bought a Big Kid booster from Evenflo's own website with 30 pounds still on the label. Just this week, we found signage at an Oregon Walmart saying the seats were for kids 30 pounds and up.
I would never have bought that if I'd known. I would have left them in the front-facing 5-point harness for years. You know, you read it and you believe it.
Evenflo declined our request for an on-camera interview, but said in a statement the company is a pioneer in side impact testing and it provides safe, effective, and affordable products, adding it complies with all federal regulations which do allow booster seats to be sold for kids weighing 30 pounds and up. Congress has been asking federal regulators to create a side impact crash test standard for car seats since at least 2000. It's yet to go into effect. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, New York.
It's an eye-opener.
Important story.
Yep. When we come back, quiet weather expected to stick around for the next few days.
But Chris says some parts of the area could see some snow by the end of the weekend. He'll share the details in his full forecast.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
5 years ago, I had psoriasis everywhere. My skin hurt, I felt gross. But then I started Cosentyx, and I haven't really had to think about it.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur. Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
See the elephants, tigers, dogs, and all the fun to be had at the Shrine Circus. Enjoy the magnificent elephants while you still can and make memories for a lifetime. Bring the family one and all to the Shrine Circus.
Come to the circus, the biggest show in town.
Go in the snow plus MPG, your Subaru Ascent from Don Miller. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and 27 MPG highway, the Ascent will get you through in great shape. It's the roomiest Subaru ever. The Ascent has third-row seating and space for 7 or 8 passengers. The 2020 Ascent Premium. Lease from only $319 a month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $19.99 due on signing. No security deposit. Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Do you have sleep apnea like me? Then you know the hassle of dragging your big, bulky Cpap device with you whenever you leave home. That's why you're going to love the Transcend Mini Cpap, the world's first portable mini Cpap that's both super compact and lightweight. It's as small as a can of soda, weighs just a pound, and has a battery pack about the size of a deck of cards.
Call or go online now to try the Transcend Mini Cpap for 10 nights risk-free.
Transcend delivers what I need to sleep well, yet it's smaller than my shaving kit, so it's easy to take with me anywhere. It's even FAA compliant, so I can finally sleep comfortably while flying. In fact, I can sleep comfortably anywhere now.
Bye-bye, big and bulky. Now you can have the freedom to sleep everywhere with Transcend Mini Cpap. Call or go online now to try the Transcend Mini Cpap risk-free for 10 nights. Love it or send it back. There's no risk. Call 1-800-758-6069, 1-800-758-6069, or visit mytranscend.com.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
Well, take a look at this. Somehow, this orange and white Camaro loses a tire as the driver floors it at a Cars and Coffee event in Florida. Let's take another look. The driver of this beautiful muscle car is revving his engine while waiting for the light to change. As soon as it turns green, he pushes the pedal to the metal and the wheel flies off. He immediately pulls over. People run into the street to stop the runaway tire. The driver isn't injured, but the Camaro isn't so lucky.
How does that happen?
Wow. I don't know. That's how Chris Reese drives. Floors it right at the light.
Right down the belt line.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
That is insane right there. Wow, what a clip.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful car, though.
It was.
Yeah, yeah it was.
It was being the key word. It was a beautiful day.
Well, yeah.
It still is.
Sunshine. Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure what side of the spectrum most people fall on with the weather over the past week. I was at the car wash yesterday, and someone came up to me and they said, I need more snow. Where has the snow been? Well, we may have some just for that person coming up this weekend. The forecast is next.
When you try the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, you'll feel how it helps you sleep cooler. So no more nocturnal baking or polar ice cap air conditioner mode. Because the Tempur-Pedic Breeze transfers heat away from your body. So you sleep cool all night long. Experience the superior cooling comfort of the Tempur-Pedic Breeze today.
For a limited time, shop Tempur-Pedic at Denver Mattress and save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Hello, I'm Gary Canolti, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on a fabulous New England and St. Lawrence Seaway cruise July 9th to the 19th. Spend 2 nights in Boston and tour the Tea Party Museum before setting sail on a 7-night Holland America cruise. We'll explore Bar Harbor, Halifax, Sydney, Charlottetown, and Quebec City before visiting historic Montreal. Our vacation includes all airfare, many meals, and more. For your free brochure, call Holiday Vacations at 1-800-826-2266.
You try hard. You eat right, mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells for good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to coolsculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
We made USAA Bank for members like Cassie. She's made of nerves of steel. So when she has to perform one of the most dangerous jobs on the ship, she says, no problem. She's practical and always gets the most bang for her buck. So when another bank tried to charge her monthly service fees, Cassie said,
No way.
we made USAA Bank to help Cassie keep more of her money with no monthly service fees or minimum balance requirements. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. When I was playing ball, they called me the Big Hurt. But after I left the game, Mother Nature started putting a big hurt on me. I just couldn't stay in shape like I used to. But luckily, I found out about Nugenics.
Nugenics is a unique man-boosting formula that helps increase your free testosterone levels.
Thanks to Nugenics, I'm really getting after it again.
Feel stronger, leaner, with more energy and drive.
She'll like a difference, too.
To get a complimentary bottle, text ZOOM to 42424. That's ZOOM to 42424.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It has been a fantastic Thursday for us. Plenty of sunshine after some of the cloud cover earlier this morning. Now the cameras are facing the west as that sun begins to dip below the horizon. So it's going to be a gorgeous afternoon. Pretty lovely out there. We'll see a chance of flurries returning to the picture as we go through Friday and Saturday, but still the weather will be relatively quiet. Then our next chance, I'm watching Sunday closely for some accumulating snow around here, especially if you live north of Madison towards the Dells. This might end up being a little bit beefier of a system. We still have a couple days to watch it. In the meantime, this is Lake Mendota. They continue to inflate Lady Liberty there at the lake right in front of the Union. The temperature is right at 32. Those winds coming out of the north and northeast at 8 miles per hour. Wind chill of 25. So if you're going to be headed out that direction, you will want a little bit of a jacket as we go through the rest of the afternoon. 2 degrees above freezing in Janesville, but mainly temperatures all throughout southern Wisconsin do remain into the low 30s. They're going to continue to drop as we move through tonight, and we're going to be falling down into the mid-teens. Look for those overnight lows right around 14 to 15 degrees. Tomorrow, we only warm up towards about 30. We'll see more clouds coming into the picture. Variably cloudy is the wording just because there will be some peaks of sunshine in the picture tomorrow as well. I can't rule out a few flurries, especially north and east of Madison during the day. Then as we move into tomorrow night, we'll see a chance for those flurries to move closer towards the Madison area. This is 5 a.m. Saturday. Temperatures are again into the upper teens. We'll keep the clouds around through Saturday afternoon. Along with that chance of flurries, temperatures will top out into the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees or so. Here's our setup right now. You have a bank of cloud cover towards our south and east, a deck of cloud cover as you work your way back towards the north and west. We are between the two right now. High pressure remains in control. That's why we are seeing the sunshine. This is the reason I have flurries in that forecast tomorrow. This weak disturbance begins to slide south and eastward, so that's coming our direction. That'll pass towards the south and east. There's not a lot of moisture with it, so again, just flurries and cloud cover. That's what I'm expecting from that one. Then we see that next storm system starting to develop across the high plains. That comes our direction Saturday night and early Sunday morning. We're stopping the clock at 6:30 Sunday morning. That's when I expect snow to begin to be overspreading the area from the west, and then that will continue all day Sunday, at least right now. It does look like snow will be falling. So we do have an alert day for Sunday, occasional snow. At the moment, It's looking like 2 to 5 inches with most of that north towards the Dells. Again, we still have multiple days. Once that one gets on out of here, we're then paying attention towards the middle of the week. That's when the next storm system could come our direction, Wednesday night into Thursday. Some of that mixing in with rain down south as we get you into Thursday afternoon. Folks, this is all a part of a pattern that I've been talking about, where the western part of the country likely will be colder than normal, including us here in the upper Midwest, but wetter than normal. So I do still expect those snow chances to continue as we go through time. We're watching Sunday closely again. Like I did say, we have the alert day in the forecast. We chose to hold off on the alert days for Wednesday and Thursday for now. The reason for that, out of the 3 big long-range models, 2 of them have a big snowstorm Wednesday and Thursday, 1 does not. So until we have confidence in that, we're going to hold off on the alert day. But pay attention to the weekend. We'll be breaking down Sunday and early next week as well.
Okay, keep an eye on things.
Yep.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, it is almost the weekend in the 608.
Friday Eve, as we like to say, and our Christina Laurie has a look at what's going on this weekend.
Hi, Mark and Susan. Another fun weekend full of winter-themed activities, both inside and out. Disney on Ice's Dream Big is over at the Alliant Energy Center with several performances tonight through Sunday. Your kids' favorite Disney characters will perform several musical numbers while ice skating, including Miguel from the animated film Coco and Anna and Elsa singing their duet in Frozen. And if Disney princesses really aren't your thing, come out to the 6th annual Frozen Assets Festival. That's on Lake Mendota, happening right outside the Edgewater Hotel. There's pond hockey, snowshoeing, curling demos, sleigh rides, kite flying, and more. The best part about this event, it is completely free. If you're looking for a way to forget about winter completely, I know I sure am, try Flippers and Flappers. That's at the Goodman Community Center, rather. Performers of all ages will entertain as clowns, stilt walkers, jugglers, aerialists, and acrobatists during 2 shows, both Saturday and Sunday. And finally, the sweet sound of bluegrass might get you thinking about summer. The Barrymore Theater is hosting the United Way's Bluegrass Benefit Sunday afternoon. Several bands, including the Cajun Strangers and Sort in the Mail, will be performing. Well, that's a look at what's going on this weekend here in the 608. For more of ideas of what's happening around town, be sure to pick up a copy of this month's Madison magazine. And this weekend on News 3 Now This Morning, Chris and I will share some easy, cheap, and healthy crafts you can make with your kids before Valentine's Day. I'll send it back to you, Mark and Susan.
Christina, thank you.
All right, thank you, Christina.
There's more at 4. Up next, we'll talk with veterinarian Carrie Donahue ahead of taking your pet calls.
That's right. And tonight at 5, an Iowa County family is handling the aftermath of a fire that destroyed their home, an experience the owner says she has dealt with before. That's coming up at 5.
Surgenian's 90-year history means you pay $90 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad, your furniture moved, and your old carpet recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core. Sorry, everyone. I get a notification every time I get a positive review online.
Makeup.
Thanks, Dawn. We think our windows are pretty great, too.
Take 2.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core, composite frame, triple pane windows are worth a positive review at scottthewindowguy.com.
Cut! Somebody give me his phone. Again? Seriously?
This is the Denny's Super Slam. 2 bacon, 2 sausage, 2 eggs, hash browns, and pancakes. And now make those pancakes all you can eat for $1. That's where the duper comes in. The all-new Super Duper Slam. Just $6.99. See you at Denny's.
What does help for heart failure look like?
The beat goes on.
It looks like Emily, cooking dinner for 10.
The beat goes on.
It looks like Jonathan on a date with his wife. Entresto is a heart failure medicine that helps your heart, so you can keep on doing what you love. Entresto helps people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. Yeah. Entrust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
Ashley Home Store's biggest President's Day sale is going on now. Get the very best holiday deals in Wisconsin on everything in the store. Living rooms, bedrooms, and mattresses all on sale now. Save up to 60% off all furniture store-wide. Plus our best President's Day financing offer ever. 6 years with no interest charges and only sales tax and delivery due at checkout. And there's no better time to save on sleep during our mattress marathon on now. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Tonight at 5, an Iowa County family is picking up the pieces after a fire that destroyed their home in Mineral Point. How they plan to recover tonight at 5.
Quiet and seasonably cold weather with a slight chance for flurries will continue through Saturday. Accumulating snow, though, is likely on Sunday. My first alert forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, tuition at a handful of UW schools could be increasing for non-residents and grad students. A look at which schools and how much it could cost at 6.
From the zoo, look in the far corner toward the back. Both of the polar bears are out. Hopefully, maybe this weekend we can get them a little bit more snow. Looks like they could use it.
Yeah, a little sparse there.
Yeah. Well, February is Dental Health Month.
While it's important for humans to have healthy teeth, dental health is also important for our pets. Dr. Carrie Donahue from the Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care Center joins us now before taking your calls at 270-9933. Welcome back. Who is your friend here?
This is Mo, and Mo is about 11 years old, and he belongs to the technician who works at my clinic, so he wanted to come along today.
And dogs with punched-in faces like this, and my Shih Tzus, the teeth are hard to get to.
They're really hard to get to, and a lot of these dogs really don't like their mouths being opened and looked at and everything like that, and they really tend to build up with a lot of tartar and a lot of plaque very easily.
So he's lost some teeth.
He has had a number of teeth extracted. Sometimes his tongue hangs out because there's a little opening there, so yeah, he's had a lot of dental work in the past.
How do you take care of your dog's teeth? Should you brush your dog's teeth?
Yes, definitely. That's the absolute best thing that you can do is brushing your pet's teeth. Even if it's not every day, a couple of times per week is wonderful to do just to keep down on the tartar and the plaque buildup and try to keep them as healthy as possible.
And they have like beef-flavored toothpaste and stuff?
They do, so that makes it a whole lot easier.
How about like hard, chewy things, you know, like those glacier sticks?
I know, yeah. Anything that you can do to get your pet chewing on different things. I actually brought this in. This is something I brought for Mo, but this is an antler. And antlers are my favorite natural toothbrush just because as the dog chews on them, they kind of get a little bit fibrous and they really work away at the teeth.
What kind of antler?
Is that an actual deer antler?
It is a deer antler, and you can find elk antlers, you can find moose antlers, so a variety of different things and sizes.
At the pet store?
At the pet store, yeah.
All right.
Well, that's a great idea.
All right, 270-9933, the number to call to talk to Dr. Donahue. We'll get to your calls right after this.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plummet you to extreme lows, lift you to intense highs, or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Why are drivers 50 and over switching to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford? Let's take a ride with some actual customers and find out. Hey, well, tell me about your experience when you switched to the Hartford.
When I switched to the Hartford, I'm sitting there thinking, man, I should have turned 50 years ago. They saved me a bunch of money. You can't beat that.
What blows me away about the Hartford is their lifetime renewability benefit. Now, this is their promise not to drop you, even if you have an accident.
I know when I'm driving, I'm covered.
Drivers 50 and over can save hundreds of dollars when they switch to the AARP auto insurance program from the Hartford. Not an AARP member? The Hartford can help you join in minutes. To get your free no-obligation quote and see how much you could save, call the Hartford at 1-800-684-5107 or go to GoHartfordAuto.com. The Bucks got your back.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Badger 5 Double Jackpot Days. If a jackpot is won, there's a 1 in 2 chance that it doubles. This offer is included with every Badger 5 purchase, only in February. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
Congratulations to Holly Walker, a top-notch drama teacher at West High School in Madison.
When I see a student just living fully in who they are when they're on stage and then giving that back to the audience for these little kids to see, that part I love. I absolutely love that part.
If you know a teacher who deserves to be recognized as a top-notch teacher, send us a letter, an email, or nominate a teacher at channel3000.com.
Sponsored by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
It is Thursday, so of course we are watching that traffic as folks begin to head home this evening. This is the Beltline at Rimrock right now. One of the things that I particularly want to point out is that as you look towards the west, the sun does begin to shine in your eyes. So make sure you take it a little bit slower and wear the sunglasses if you have the opportunity to do so. We are seeing those westbound delays. They begin at about Verona Road and work their way all the way just past Park Street towards Rimrock. That's where traffic speeds are as slow as about 20 to 25 miles per hour right now. As we jump downtown and towards campus, we are seeing those delays on East Johnson as expected, right around Capitol Square and John Nolan. Some delays also showing up on Regent Street. Make sure that you drive carefully, give yourself some extra time so that we can see you right back here tomorrow.
All right, Chris, thank you. It is time to get your pet questions answered live.
We have 4 lines open if you'd like to talk to Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care. The number is 270-9933. Is Mo still awake? He looks like he's about ready to fall asleep any second.
All right, let's go to the calls. We'll start with Austin in Dodgeville. Hi, Austin.
Hi, Mark. How's it going?
Good. What's your question?
I have a cat, and she's maybe a year and 6 months old, and she comes in heat maybe every week, and she's out of heat for maybe 3 or 4 days, and then she's back in heat again.
And has your cat been spayed?
We called Dodgeville Vet, and they said they can't do nothing unless she's out of heat for about 2 or 3 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one of those things. If your cat is going into heat frequently, spaying them will take care of the problem. But certainly, there's not a whole lot that you can do otherwise. Potentially doing some calming supplements just to kind of help ease those signs of heat, because that can be frustrating.
Well, they can't do the operation if they've been in heat recently.
That's true. Yeah, you want to wait. Usually I say wait about a month after the heat cycle finishes before you go in and do the surgery. Certainly the surgery can be done while they are in heat, but it's a higher risk to do that, so it's best to wait.
And is it normal for a cat to go into heat that frequently?
It can be. Cats are the type of species where the heat can be triggered by just kind of like changes in the light and in the atmosphere and everything like that, so they can go into heat more frequently than dogs do.
Okay.
All right, so try and keep her calm, and maybe you'll get a window of opportunity.
Yes.
All right, let's go to Lori in Mount Horeb. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
I have a mini American Eskimo dog. I've only had her 2 weeks, and she is litter trained. And I'm wanting to know, this last week she's starting to pee on the carpet. I took her to the vet. They don't know if she's got a bladder infection or not, and they've given her penicillin. What do you suggest to do?
Oh boy, did they check her for a urinary tract infection?
They did, but it's very little. They can't really tell. Because she's litter trained, we have a hard time catching this, and she didn't have a real lot of urine.
Okay.
Plus, they also took blood from her that I won't get back till tomorrow. I don't know what to do here.
You know what I would say is potentially adding in some urinary tract supplements. And the top thing that I recommend for urinary tract health is a cranberry supplement. So maybe instead of doing a medication like antibiotics, especially if there wasn't really anything that showed up on the urine sample, adding in some bladder support supplements just to make sure that everything is as healthy as possible. And that might make a difference with what you're seeing.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Dennis in Verona. Hi, Dennis. What's your question?
Dennis, you there?
Dennis, are you there?
Apparently not.
I guess we lost Dennis. Okay, let's see who's...
Oh, I'm sorry. Dennis is on line 4. Dennis, you there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry.
okay,
sorry for the confusion there, Dennis. Go ahead. What's your question?
I got a little cockapoo. He's 14, 15 years old, and he's blind. In the last few days, he's been walking in circles.
You know, and that can be a sign of cognitive decline in an older dog, or kind of like dementia in people, where they might start to do some circling. And sometimes you can even see a head tilt as part of that. So I wonder if that might be going on. There are certainly supplements that you can do to help support cognitive function. And, you know, CBD oil is a great one for that, so that might be something to try.
Yeah, give that a shot. All right, let's go to Amy in Madison. Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Hi, what's your question?
Hi, my dog was diagnosed, she has a mass on her spleen, and they recommended doing surgery. I was just wondering if there was anything natural that could help maybe reduce the mass.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Did you say that you did have the surgery or no?
We did not.
They're recommending surgery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's 10, and so we didn't know about the surgery.
Is there a way to avoid surgery?
You know, surgery really is the best option, because if there is a growth on the spleen, doing the surgery just to remove the spleen, oftentimes then you can remove everything that might be causing the issue, causing the cancer. So dogs do really well without spleens. So I would say maybe thinking about going ahead with the surgery would be the best option.
And 10 years old? I mean, that's...
It's, you know, it's middle age.
I just had surgery on 14-year-old Lola, so...
That's right. She's doing amazingly well.
Dogs do amazing, and it's amazing to see how well they do. If you take the spleen out that has cancer in it, they do really well afterwards and feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, speaking of Shih Tzus, do we have time to take one more call?
We don't.
Oh, we don't. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
All right, Mo, thank you.
Good job.
Keep your teeth clean.
I know, right? That's the biggest thing.
Carrie, great to see you. Thanks for bringing Mo today.
Yes.
So sweet.
Oh, thank you.
Good boy.
We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
Get incredible savings on your new mattress during Steinhafels President's Day sale. Right now, save up to $800 on an adjustable base, plus up to $300 in bonus cash and free next-day delivery with any Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, or Stearns & Foster set purchase. Plus, take advantage of 0% financing that's right for you. With free delivery, bonus cash, and up to $800 in upgrade savings, you can't make a mistake. It's Steinhafels President's Day sale.
You try hard. You eat right, mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells for good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to coolsculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
Here at Harker Heating and Cooling of Madison, we are proudly celebrating over 70 years of excellence. A lot can change in 70 years, but some things never do, like our commitment to providing our customers with 100% satisfaction every single day. When you make that call to Harker, you can be rest assured that a team of qualified, trustworthy, skilled individuals are ready to address your home service concerns. Harker Heating and Cooling, your hometown heroes for over 70 years.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Spend more time on your health, not your
drive to the gym. Anytime Fitness has 40 area locations, so they're close to home and work. Get more strength training, more cardio, and more coaching at Anytime Fitness. Join by February 14th and get the month free.
It takes a special type of person to offer one life-changing gift to a total stranger.
This is something they want and need to do.
Why so many in our area are choosing to become living kidney donors. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Hi, folks. Friday morning, Chris is looking ahead to a chance for snow this weekend to let us know what to expect.
And we'll also tell you how you can have some winter fun with the family this weekend while helping our local lakes.
That and more local news starting at 4:30.
Quiet evening?
Yeah, it's going to be quiet, but it will be cold. We'll see those overnight lows falling down towards 14 degrees. Mostly clear in the evening. More clouds roll in overnight. We'll see more clouds on Friday as well. Some peaks of sun will be in there. Slight flurry chance. Highs will be right around 30. A better chance for snow comes our direction Sunday. We've already put the alert day in the forecast. At the moment, it looks like 2 to 5 inches, but we could see that trend up or down.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
And tomorrow here on Live at 4, a new UW study finds where you live could affect your brain health.
And our Michael Bruno goes backstage for Madison Opera's production of Fellow Travelers. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Managing type 2 diabetes? Dimitri's on it. Eating right and getting those steps in?
On it.
Dimitri thinks he's doing all he can to manage his type 2 diabetes and heart disease. But is his treatment doing enough to lower his heart risk?
Sorry.
Maybe not. Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease. So it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And it lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. Do not take Jardiance if you are on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it. With Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
It's a new day and a new year. Shout it out loud. Sing with the crowd. Celebrate 'cause good things are coming. New opportunities are at the door. Yeah, it's a brand new day. And it's a brand new year. Hey, hey, hey.
Ashley Home Store's biggest President's Day sale is going on now. Get the very best holiday deals in Wisconsin on everything in the store. Living rooms, bedrooms, and mattresses all on sale now. Save up to 60% off all furniture store-wide. Plus our best President's Day financing offer ever. 6 years with no interest charges and only sales tax and delivery due at checkout. And there's no better time to save on sleep during our mattress marathon on now. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
In today's Final Touch, 17 years ago, the Pavolo family from New Jersey made headlines.
And they are making headlines again. 17 years ago, the world was introduced to the Pavolo quintuplets. Cute indeed, but mom Sylvia had money worries. From 50 diapers a day to contemplating how to pay for college were major issues. 17 years later, the Quints, ready for college, received a great gift.
We wanted to make sure that you all had the opportunity to come to Montclair State completely tuition and fee free.
That is $65,000 per year